Hello and welcome back, you're watching more Mushoku Tensei. If anything that we've seen so far is to go by, it's not going to be easy. Sure, Rudy has found a new, somewhat ally in the search of figuring out about the teleportation incident, and someone from his own world who's, granted, she wants to get back, he's a little more reluctant. But there are more names on that list, those that might still be out there. Who, why, how are they coming over to this world? In various forms, we saw he got reincarnated, she just kind of poofed and teleported into this world as she was. What are the rules? Are there any rules? Are there multiple gods at play doing their own little thing for their own games? That one seems likely. But we should find out. Okay, having a little scene of Cliff and actually getting on well with his new girlfriend. Doing well there. And the fact that he set it all up. Well, he's waving at you. The persona of Fitz is still... He still likes that persona, so it's still you in respect. Just fucking tell him at this point. Come on now. She's getting deep in her own head. And it's not a good place for her. And now, head back on the desk. No matter how scared she is, it's just going to get worse if she puts it off. That's the issue. I mean, I can appreciate the position she's in. But if life hasn't taught her anything so far, is that... Well, no, actually, Rudy did come to save her when she was back in the village. There are definitely things that you need to strive and try to achieve by yourself. No one gets everything they want just by sitting idly by. Especially when the object of their affection is kind of such an enigma as Rudy. And how much more of the opening is going to change, considering we had a little bit of the... forgotten his name. Big purple guy. Now appear in it. Is it going to be more side characters and whatnot just turn up for the next... Oh, don't think there's that many episodes left. It's already been a year. Has he came any closer with his research into the teleportation? Sure is. We know he's been working towards it, but have we really been told anything? Personal safety, protect others, and to not die at the hands of the Dragon God again. And what did his eyes shift to? That's a kind of a sore subject for him. Obviously, there's no particular reason why he's asking this. how much of his kind of routine is just that, so routine. And okay, I was about to say, are they just terrified of him, so they get torn in half as well? I'm guessing he's not being manhandled at the girls' dorms anymore. They are vying for top place there, but does he know how numbers work? Does that mean that Fitz also runs by the rules of these beast people? Not everything can be handled through combat and subjugation. I can see why he's been trying to find a way to relieve her particular urges and curse. Yeah, I was about to say, wasn't it, the spears? So what kind of object is going to be imbued with Curse of the Horny? Try not to make such a noise during class. It's an interesting first avenue to look at, if nothing else. Once again, a little loud. I mean, she was sitting down before he even said anything. Well, okay, that one's not actually too far fetched, but to have these kind of stories just be made about him. Is he thirsty? He he's probably going to try and share, right? He is ah he is not so not so selfish as to just keep it all to himself, but can you really stop him at this point? They're having a party. She is enjoying that drink. And are various circles gonna come slowly closer to figuring out shit, or is it always start, right at the beginning at base 0? What does this one do? Feather? Were you just transmuting shit into a feather? Was it meant to be a bird? I mean, if she can figure out the basis of the circles and how it all works, then summoning someone here, maybe you can reverse engineer it to send them back. Is that a feather from this world? Also, with a summon circle that small, what happens if you did actually get it to work, but you only summoned part of them? How many failures make up success, though? I mean, he's got the inexhaustible mana supply, so him learning a bit of summoning, I can see that be useful. I mean, got to start slowly. She's wary about giving away all of her knowledge, as she told us a few seconds ago. But how much of a give and take relationship is this? Does he just sit there and, okay, wait for her to plop some circles in front of him? She's slowly getting it. But she's a dwarf, so she's what, going to be quite a decent craftsman. It's going to take a while. He has been neglecting his days with Fitz. A basic ship. Now, why does looking at that remind him of Fitz? I almost don't remember the name. And what kind of information is he going to learn from this meeting? Is there going to be something quite important that comes out of it? Yeah, I really almost didn't remember his name, and it hasn't even been that long. For some reason, I was thinking even longer before that was someone who we were talking about. Yeah, they did quite well by teaming up with Quagmire. And how's Cliff going to react to any kind of comments about her? I thought he was about to be sick with that kind of conversation. I mean, there's nothing like preparation. We've seen what happens when people dive into stuff unprepared. Are we going to get any dungeon diving, considering he's now back in the picture? We had the talk about the circles being found in ruins. He has his own shit that he's focusing on right at the minute. It would be good if we had more adventures with Rudy. What are those two in the back doing? They're just waiting. Hopefully he will keep things in check. And considering he's not really an anybody right now or being tracked by the man god, he should be left alone by everyone. We haven't really had a market adventure for a while. Surely they're allowed at least a day off. just suddenly appearing. Considering how long that they haven't really talked to each other. Hang on a second. Is it what I think it is? I mean, he has so many fawn over him. Yeah, maybe he does. Well, he said hello, not seeming to go all too well, so maybe another time. Try in a week or two. There was a look and a weird little... weird little feeling that he had. Considering that she's struggling so much to even talk to him and figure out what to do, how to spend time with him. Having time away when he's focusing on all this circle spell work and shit. And now he doesn't know what to quite do with himself, just wandering about. Who's gonna be the one they're listening to his troubles? I can think of someone, but whether or not he'll get a good response from it. I do like the kind of silent evenings in the snow, though. Oh, look who's still in the library. Not so, not so absent as before. It's contractually obligated to be quiet. It's quite useful, this little... well, Ash just shows how good they were guarding her. So his worries are somewhat slightly alleviated thanks to that. He went a bit overboard with worried about shit. Just keep telling yourself that he hasn't done anything wrong. Or to the best of his knowledge, he doesn't really, but... How indeed. His heart just fluttered right there. Really? Was he... Was he trying to make a Fitz figure? That's why he got reminded when he looked at it. And just, for some reason, his instincts were to put a chest on there. Really getting attached to that boy, isn't he? I mean, this probably is going to need to be a conversation between them. Just keep telling yourself that it will be fine. But considering his troubles with women, maybe, falling off of a man isn't too bad. This might be a little difficult to ask. So many secrecies being put in place, that especially is something that they can't talk about. Now, what, is he just going to have to go straight to the source again? Find out the hard way? Jesus Christ. Probably best he didn't. Looks like I might not need to do it by himself now. What a chance encounter in the library. Keep your voices down at least. I wonder how he worked that one out from just a fool like this. And run away. A cure! We just need a confusing feminine elf boy. But considering he now has she must have some mystical powers. What, is it gone already? In the library! Let's hope no one else was keeping an eye on him. Just hold right there, Fitz. Don't turn around. Oh, you hear rustling noises? Just ignore it. Hopefully he doesn't try to alleviate himself in any weird ways. But the chance comment from a while ago. He's scared of women, just needs to find one that he's kind of attached to, comfortable around. Well, wouldn't you Adam and Eve it? I think it probably wouldn't be the best to tell Sylvie exactly. I was having some incontinence issue. Not incontinence, fucking hell. Impotence issues. Well, he might be suffering from incontinence, we don't actually know yet. Especially since he fainted when he saw the masked girl. Anyway, impotence issues. She's managed to solve him of that. Yeah, great conversation that would be when she's struggling to even tell him who she really is. I think that episode kind of showed off several things that I really kind of wished for. The fact that there is actually exploring his and Fitz's relationship past just being good kind of classmates and students who help each other, spending some time together in the library, and even if they have been slightly absent for a while. It's definitely going to be difficult to look him in the eye after he held her so close. Considering he was definitely close enough there and touching her to realise, oh, wait a minute, you are a woman. She almost certainly got a similar response. He might have felt something as well, if his issues sorted themselves out pretty sharpish. Yeah, maybe it will make her feel slightly better about herself. Who knows? But whether the princess is using fits as a way to sneak around, go outside and experience things without having to worry too much, even if it is causing a little confusion and issues, their little reading dates and whatnot aren't really too interrupted. He just needs to stop muttering about having to jerk off. Although I think we all should stop muttering like that out loud in public. And one thing I do love of seeing all of this is just seeing Buddy Guddy. And now that I remember his name after the episode is finished, Buddy Guddy, just picking up a bunch of drinks. Yep, these are all mine. 3 tankards, 3 big pitchers as well. He's not going to run out before lunch is over. And now that the little dwarf has been introduced to the miracle ale, is her work going to suffer or improve with her dwarven constitution? How is their craft work little club thing going to actually work in the long run? If they do get good enough that they're making these little miniature masterpieces, is the idea just to sell them, or is really going to think of a grander extrapolation, a bigger plan for it? And considering the little statue that he was making, it's definitely going to get an inspiration to finish that one off after the little event in the library. Maybe we'll get a little tingle from it as well, even if it's not the real thing. I do not want to think about that. I can only assume that after Rudy has confirmed that Fitz is actually a female, he's also thinking, well, she wants to be treated as male, so we'll go along with that. Are they going to mention it or anything, or is it going to be swept under the rug? So, okay, that happened, but we're just going to ignore it for now and go back to somewhat status quo. Her past not being revealed. I sincerely hope not, but somehow think it's going to end up that way. Or they'll get close to revealing everything and being able to jump straight back into things naturally when the cave diving / magic circle things goes haywire. I know something's going to go wrong soon. It's been too flat and steady for a while. There's been no atrocities. But with an idea to set the curse into an object, what's that going to be? How's it going to play out? What kind of object are they going to choose? It's going to need to be durable, considering the curse. But if you've enjoyed Mushoku Tensei, and maybe you've learned a thing or two, mostly how not to interact with people, consider letting me know. If you leave a like and a comment down below, it helps out the channel. If you want to make sure to get something for yourself, consider subscribing. You'll not miss out future uploads then. But for now, until the day I bring out my own line of miniatures, you'll have to deal with just watching the channel some more. Get some rest, and I'll see you there. If you're ever concerned about your place in the world or how others see you, just remember that there's a safe place here in the channel because we can just sit down and watch anime. What could be better than that? So, I do need to thank Noku, Raywin, Sal, Shiwan, Guado, Tori Jane, Croyville, Kite, Light Wizard 91, Meku42, Diego Zenhausen, Maxwell Cardboard, and everyone else. And let's make sure that there's no physical contact. After all, I don't want my secrets revealed.